Tonight on Global TV News Prime, retired police officers protest over poor welfare conditions. In business, the story of cooperatives and their impact, we have that story for you in the course of business. And on the foreign scene, Egypt moves to boost ties with Nigeria. And in sports, Flying Eagles reach West African Football Union B Boys final. I'm Wiyag Mofregbe, and thank you for joining us here tonight on News Prime on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. Just a quick reminder that we are on DSTV channels 365 and Star Times 276. Tonight we begin by telling you a group of retired police officers have taken to the streets of Abuja in a peaceful protest to draw attention to the poor welfare conditions of serving and retired members of the Nigeria Police Force. The protest was led by the convener of the Revolution Now movement, Omoyele Sowore, who joined the retirees to demand urgent intervention from the federal government. Topsy Gimba was there for Global TV News.
The group of retired police officers expressed displeasure over what they described as years of neglect, non-payment of pensions, and poor treatment of officers who had served the nation diligently. Sowore, speaking during the protest, called on the government to recognize the sacrifices made by police officers and ensure that their welfare were prioritized.
We are saying enough is enough. It's as simple as that. We are not here to talk to their statement. We are here to talk about the well-being of these police officers, both serving, retired, dead, and their family members who deserve a better condition of service or after service. How could somebody serve this country for 35 years? 35 solid years. And they go home with 2 million naira. Some of them went home with 900,000 naira. Are you going to buy the charge card with 900,000 naira after 35 years? So even if we don't fight for them, it will be unconscionable on our part to ignore them.
The protesters also warned that if the government failed to respond promptly, they will sustain their action until their demands were met.
I was only given paid from 2004 to 2017, and I was given 2 million naira. I become a nuisance to my family. I
cannot give you the interest. Who is deceiving you in this country? Why do the IG and co exempt themselves from the PENCO? Why? Because they know it's a bad thing. Why do they want to instigate police to become corrupt? Now it is very clear that the serving police officers now must have to be corrupt.
I need my benefit, my remaining benefit with PENCOM. Let them pay me my benefit. My remaining money, let them pay me so that I will continue training my children. I'm a widow. Even my daughter, my last daughter, she's at State University. Yesterday I branched to see her. She was crying for her rent, 250,000 I'm paying. So this 22,000, how we start?
Security personnel were on site overseeing the protests to prevent any disruption of public order. Places beefed up with armed policemen also included the National Assembly entrance to avoid breakdown of law and order. Topsy Gimba reporting for Global Television News.
Thank you, Topsy. The House of Representatives has described the ongoing constitutional amendment process as a vital step towards promoting national unity and addressing decades of marginalization, particularly among Nigeria's diverse ethnic nationalities. Aniete Patrick now reports.
The Southeast Zonal Public Hearing on the review of Nigeria's 1999 Constitution Zone A held in Enugu brought together key stakeholders from Enugu, Ebonyi, and Anambra states. Chairing the session, Deputy Minority Whip of the House of Representatives, Honorable George Azudinobi, described the process as a historic opportunity to rebuild trust and foster national cohesion through inclusive constitutional reforms.
Suggestions as to how our institutions are strengthened, that no one individual or group becomes stronger than our institution. The emphasis must be made here that the foundation for the unity of this great nation lies on how seriously we handle this national assignment.
In his contribution, Speaker of the Ebonyi State House of Assembly, Honorable Moses Odunwa, emphasized the need to create an additional state in the southeast to correct what he called the imbalance in state distribution across the geopolitical zones.
Let us give you one additional state. If we are giving one additional state, then if other states are being added to the geopolitical zones, then we will still be demanding for more of our own.
The Constitution Review Committee disclosed that it has so far received 46 requests for state creation and 117 for new local government areas nationwide. The public hearing also recorded strong support for the proposed bill on special legislative seats aimed at improving representation for women and marginalized groups.
When you look at the constitution and the countries across Africa, you will discover that Nigeria is at the last ladder of female political representation in the parliament.
That there is a sinister plan to remove minimum wage from the exclusive list to concurrent list. We see it as an affront on Nigerian workers.
As constitutional hearings continue across other zones, Nigerians are being urged to stay engaged in shaping a more just and inclusive nation. Annie T. Patrick, Global Television News.
Our National Assembly correspondent Annie T. Patrick, thank you for your reporting tonight. Stakeholders in the Southwest have renewed calls for constitutional reforms, advocating true federalism, state policing, and devolution of powers. These demands were made during the Southwest Zonal Public Hearing on the review of the Nigeria's 1999 Constitution held in Lagos. Anita Patrick again now reports.
Calls for a more equitable and secure Nigeria echoed across the Southwest as stakeholders from Lagos, Ogun, and Oyo states gathered in Lagos for the Constitution Review Public Hearing. Organized by the House of Representatives Committee on Constitution Review, the session focused on pressing regional concerns, including the need to entrench true federalism and devolve more powers to the states. Representing Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, Deputy Governor Obafemi Hamzat stressed the urgent need for state police to tackle rising insecurity at the grassroots.
So as we embark on this very critical process of reviewing the Constitution, we must know that it will not be an easy task. And it shouldn't be, because we are all different, from Southwest to Northeast, so we have different realities. But we must be guided by the principle of inclusiveness, equity, and justice. It is crucial that we listen to everyone, men, women, young, and old.
Also lending his voice, Speaker of the Ogun State House of Assembly, Honorable Oludaisi Olusegun Elemide, called for constitutional recognition of traditional rulers for their role in local governance and conflict resolution.
We stand by giving our traditional rulers roles in governance. We stand by that.
Civil society groups and public figures, including veteran actress Joke Silva, advocated increased women's representation in politics and leadership positions.
We don't do respect. Is when we have the other 50% of the nation in decision-making positions.
Chairman of the Constitution Review Committee for the Southwest Zonal Center A, Honorable Ibrahim Isiaka, assured participants of the committee's commitment to fairness, inclusiveness, and transparency throughout the review process.
We are dedicated to ensuring that this process is transparent and that all stakeholders remain informed and engaged every step of the way.
Despite the complexities of constitutional amendments, participants say now is the time to prioritize justice and restructure the system to reflect Nigerians' current realities. Annie T. Patrick, Global Television News.
As the 21-day ultimatum issued to the federal government draws to a close on July 23rd, the Nigerian Medical Association, NMA, has warned it will ground medical services nationwide if government fails to meet its demands. President of the association, Professor Bala Audu, who confirmed this in an interview, noted the association is prepared to take decisive action should the government fail to respond adequately to its demands. Zamfara State Governor Dauda Lawal has reaffirmed his administration's commitment to revitalizing the healthcare sector with the commissioning of a newly renovated nursing complex of the State College of Nursing Science in Gauso, the state capital. The project, completed under the Dauda Cares 2025 initiative, is aimed at strengthening health education and building a resilient health system in the states. Mukhtar Kashim has details.
The healthcare sector in Zamfara State has faced years of neglect, marked by inadequate infrastructure, poor funding, and a shortage of medical personnel. In response, Governor Dauda Lawal declared a state of emergency in the sector shortly after assuming office, pledging massive investment in health infrastructure and human capital development. In his remarks, the governor emphasized that the College of Nursing Science has played a vital role in the development of nursing and midwifery manpower in the state. He reiterated his administration's resolve to build the state healthcare architecture by investing in institutions that train essential health workers.
We are determined to build a resilient healthcare system by investing in the institutions that produce our workforce. In this regard, therefore, we embark on this ambitious renovation and upgrade project, one that will restore the dignity of this institution and reignite the hopes of its students.
Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Health, Zamfara State, Bashir Surajo, says the commissioning of the upgraded nursing college at Zamfara State College of Nursing Science is part of efforts to reposition health institutions across the state. The Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Health, Bashir Surajo Gusau, who represented the Health Commissioner, noted that the upgraded facility will greatly enhance the training capacity of the college and improve the quality of healthcare delivery in Zamfara State.
Your Excellency, sir, the institution has benefited tremendously from your robust and ambitious rescue mission. And still, we congregated again to witness the commissioning of another gigantic determination proven.
The renovation of the nursing complex forms part of the Dauda Cares 2025 agenda, an initiative focused on health, education, and infrastructure development for a better Zamfara State. Mukhtar Kasim, reporting for Global Television.
The embattled national chairman of the Labour Party, Barrister Julius Abure, has stated that the party will not be part of any coalition. He made this known at the end of the National Executive Council meeting held at the Labour Party's headquarters in Abuja. Our correspondent Ubong Usoro reports.
The embattled chairman of the Labour Party, Barrister Julius Abure, has reaffirmed that the Labour Party will not be part of the recent coalition. According to him, the ideologies, manifestos and programs of the Labour Party differ significantly from other political parties, and therefore they cannot afford to join just any coalition.
The Labour Party is the only party that is different from all others, and we have continued to show that very, very clearly. And I want to assure you that we'll continue to drive that process. Labour Party will still be different, and we are capable of using this platform to lead Nigeria to El Dorado in the very near future.
Abure also called on factional members of the party to shed their swords and return, stating that the party is ready to receive all aggrieved members. He emphasized that its leadership remains the only recognized leadership of the party. Senator Dati Baba Ahmed, the 2023 vice presidential candidate of the Labour Party, who was also present at the meeting, stated that his principal, Peter Obi, is a committed member of the Labour Party. He added that he is currently leading a mediation effort to unite all members of the party.
I have attended and I have listened to the coalition attempts, yet I still remain in Labour Party. I am glad also to note that from the comments of my boss, His Excellency Governor Peter Obi, he still remains in the Labour Party.
The Labour Party appears focused on internal reconciliation as it distances itself from external coalitions, signaling a resolve to consolidate its structure ahead of future political contest. Ubong Usoro for Global Television.
Political correspondent Ubong Usoro, we appreciate your reporting. The 5-man disciplinary committee constituted by the Social Democratic Party SDP National Working Committee to investigate the suspended chairman of the party, Shehu Musa Gabam, on the alleged misappropriation of the party's funds had submitted this report. The committee is headed by retired Vice Marshal Sadiq Abubakar Lima. Topsy Gimba has more.
The chairman of the committee, Air Vice Marshal Sadiq Abubakar Liman, retired, said in line with the tax and terms of reference, the committee commenced sitting immediately to meet up with the 14 days deadline. The retired Air Vice Marshal officer told the members of the National Working Committee of the party that external auditors were also invited in the interest of natural justice and fair hearing. He revealed that only suspended national auditor honored the invitation amongst the 3 allegedly accused persons.
It is noteworthy that is the only suspended national auditor that honored the invitation amongst the 3 allegedly accused persons. While among the National Audit Committee members, only the National Organizing Secretary vehemently refused to honor the committee's invitation.
The chairman says, in spite of some of them refusing to honor the committee's invitation, he went ahead to suggest far-reaching decisions to reposition the party.
It is safe to state that the committee obtained sufficient evidence from the statements of all those that appeared before it.
With the report of the investigation now submitted, party supporters are anxious waiting to see the next action to be taken against the embattled chairman Shehu Musa Gabam and the 2 others. Topsy Gimba reporting for Global Television News.
This is Global Television, and tonight you're watching the live broadcast of News Prime with Uyi Agmofwegbe. When the rest of the broadcast returns shortly, ceasefire agreement between Kinshasa and M23 revives hope of lasting peace in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. Details coming, plus business and sports stories on the other side of this break. Please do stay with us. The second part of this news broadcast tonight returns with business. One of the challenges common to micro, small and medium-sized businesses is access to capital. Both startups and existing businesses have first-hand experiences on how funding or lack of it determines the direction and lifespan of a business. In this special report, we take a look at what cooperatives are, how they continue to shape micro to small economic patterns, impact households, and the road ahead. The Brussels-based International Cooperative Alliance, the apex body representing cooperatives, which are estimated to be around 3 million worldwide, defines a cooperative as an autonomous association of persons united voluntarily to meet their common economic, social, and cultural needs and aspirations through a jointly owned and democratically controlled enterprise. Cooperatives are generally categorized on the basis of their objectives and the clusters they are set up to serve. In Nigeria, for example,
efforts towards mainstreaming the informal sector onto the benefits that exist within the formal sector, and we have conceived the idea of setting up such a cooperative because of the ignorance and the lack of motivation within the informal sector.
This vendor at a market in Abuja has her story to tell with a piece of advice for prospective beneficiaries of cooperatives.
Before now, I never had a lot of goods in my shop. My shop was very scanty with the goods in it. But when the cooperative came in, with the sum they gave to me, I was able to buy more goods to put in my shop. As you can see, my shop is blooming and is shining. and then I have more customers. My sales has gone up since then. My advice is that as many that want the cooperative, they should come and collect.
This lady, who trades in fabrics and does interior designs, speaks to Global TV. She says the intervention provided by the cooperative is not only critical, but also removes the bottlenecks associated with the process of accessing funds through conventional financial institutions.
All along, we've been finding it difficult to secure funding from financial institutions. Number one, they were asking for collaterals and other things that we could not meet up. But sometime this year, it was a kind of answered prayers for us. The cooperative come on board, and that prayer has been answered. Today, traders here and in other markets in the FCT can access fundings for their businesses.
Gilbert Amechuku tells Global TV that he built his business from the ground, relying largely on funding accessed from the cooperative.
I joined the cooperative not quite the recent time. They supported me. As you can see, there is expansion. There is more goods in the shop. When I started newly, I don't have plenty shoes. I don't have bags. I don't have shirts. I don't have shoes. But now you can see, with the power of the cooperative, there's nothing you look for here that you will not get.
In terms of bringing those in the informal sector into the structured cooperative net, Emmanuel Atama says concerted efforts are geared towards inclusion.
We also have cooperatives now, but not all of them give access to pension, housing, and all those things. So under the cooperative inclusive strategy, we are providing access to these good things of life for members, and that is the point of inclusion.
The United Nations has set aside July 5 each year to commemorate the International Day of Cooperatives, with this year's theme being Cooperatives Driving Inclusive and Sustainable Solutions for a Better World. Uyi Agmofwegbe, reporting for Global TV News. A story of cooperatives there. Let's turn to sports for you tonight. Nigeria's under-20 boys, the Flying Eagles, have qualified for the final of the ongoing West African Football Union B under-20 tournament in Ghana after a tense encounter against their Niger Republic counterparts, culminating in a penalty shootout that ended 4-3 following a scoreless 90 minutes. Throughout the match, the Flying Eagles exhibited determination but faced challenges in converting several scoring opportunities. On the other hand, however, the Nigerians adopted a strong defensive stance. The first half saw the Flying Eagles record 3 shots off target, while the opponents did not have any sight of the Nigerian goal.
On break.
Sincere apologies for that disruption there. It was occasioned by a technical hitch. We thank you so very much for your understanding. Tonight we end News Prime with a look at some of our big stories. The House of Representatives has described the ongoing constitutional amendment process as a vital step towards promoting national unity and addressing decades of marginalization. On foreign scene, Egypt's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Badr Abdelati, says Nigeria and his country have excellent political and bilateral relations. And finally, in sports, we told you Nigeria's under-20 boys, the Flying Eagles, have qualified for the final of the ongoing West African Football Union B under-20 tournament in Ghana after a tense encounter against Niger Republic. And that's News Prime tonight. Thank you for watching, and on behalf of my colleagues who have made this broadcast possible, we have a good night ahead of you. Bye-bye.